So from a late night in summery Wales to a wet morning in Brooklyn. Look, it's really great to be here. It's my first time in Brooklyn. It's just really lovely to meet you all, and thanks for that warm welcome. As you know, I'm here to talk about singing, and in particular, what happens when we come together to sing. And so this month's theme of tradition is very appropriate, because singing really is the longest tradition that we've had as a human species, because we've always sung. Right back to our very first days on this earth, humans have come together to sing. And so in terms of tradition, it's not really paralleled by anything else, maybe apart from the traditions of, breathing in and out and sustaining yourself and finding shelter and warmth. It's that fundamental to who we are as humans. So much so that there's no known human culture, both today or in history, that hasn't come together to sing. Of course, this takes lots of different forms. There's a whole world of singing out there. But that fundamental idea of people coming together to sing is it's so intrinsic to who we are as humans. And I think deep down we all know this, because we sing at the big moments in life, birthdays, weddings, parties, celebrations. But for a lot of us, that tends to be it for singing. We save it for the big moments, the peak moments. We don't tend to make singing a regular habit. I gauged a little bit there at the start with Tina asking you to stand up. But for whom would you say, singing is a weekly thing for you? Who gets together on a weekly basis to sing, maybe in a choir or with friends? If those people could raise their hands. Great. Good. Well, good on you. It's about 10% of the room, I think. But who, in the comfort of their shower, the security of their car, or doing karaoke with friends, really just loves to belt out a song at the top of their voice? Yeah. Okay, great. Well, this is good. Singing is something that a lot of people become apprehensive about as they get older. I'm not going to go into all of that today, because that's kind of another talk. But I understand where you're coming from. And my primary aim is to get people singing and to bring people into the joyous world of singing. And so the choirs that I run in the UK are all open access. So that means you don't have to have any experience of singing before. A lot of people don't. You don't have to read musical notation, because that can put a lot of people off. So I teach everything by ear. And the 250 or so singers that I work with each week feel the benefits of singing. And I see that week in, week out. And that's really what I want to talk to you about, is why singing is so good for us. In fact, it's one of the most positive things we can do together. It's life-affirming, and in some cases it can be life-saving as well. I've had some singers come up to me and say, look, this really has saved me. So the nature of the choirs that I work with, it ranges from big choirs in quite affluent areas to hospital choirs for staff. And then my newest project is the Wrexham One Love Choir, which is a choir for those people who've experienced homelessness and other forms of marginalisation. And what's interesting is that even though I'm working with completely different demographics, different age groups, people at very different stages in their lives, that they all feel these benefits. And I know that because they tell me. And if they don't tell me, I can see it on their faces. And that's what drives me. And that's what makes me kind of committed to bringing more people into the singing world, however I may be able to do that. Sometimes it might be in a ballroom on a Friday morning in Brooklyn. Who knows? So what is it that's so good about singing? Well, the first thing is community. I don't need to tell you about how important community is and how important face-to-face interaction is, but what we do know is that there's a kind of a loneliness epidemic sweeping the Western world in particular. We're becoming more atomized, we're becoming spending more time on our own or behind our screens, and face-to-face interaction has never been more important. And so just getting people in the room feels like a good thing. But with singing, there's a lot more to it than that. It's not just getting together, having a chat, and having a nice cup of tea, which is what we do a lot of in the UK in our rehearsals. The tea break is a very important part of that. But when we get together to sing, we're collaborating. We're working with other people to create something beautiful. We have a shared goal, which is the song that we're working on. And for a while, for however long the rehearsal is or the workshop is, we kind of cease to be I and become we, which is the choir. So we immerse ourselves in something bigger than ourselves. And something really interesting happens when we sing together, because not only are we working together and collaborating, but we feel very, very tightly bonded with the people that we're singing with, even if we haven't met them before. And this is supported by the science. The University of Oxford found in a study that those adults who sang together, as opposed to doing like playing in sports teams or craft classes or art classes, they bonded quicker and deeper, those people who sang together. So there's something very intrinsic about singing that makes you feel connected to the people around you. And a lot of that can be attributed perhaps to what's going on in the brain when we're singing together. I mean, there's a lot going on in the brain when we're singing together. First of all, we're lighting up both parts of the brain. It's because singing is both kind of analytical in terms of, remembering words and rhythms and harmonies, but we're also expressing ourselves, so we're using that part of the brain as well. But when we're singing together, our brain's releasing lots of happy hormones. And the one that is responsible for that sense of bonding is oxytocin. Now, you understand about that here at Creative Mornings because hugs is on the manifesto, which is really good. But it's not just hugs that helps release oxytocin. When you sing in a big group, that has also been released into your blood, which breeds feelings of trust and security. And going back to our singing ancestors at the very beginning of kind of human existence, a lot of evolutionary theorists believe that those humans who came out of their caves and gathered around the fire to sing had an evolutionary advantage because they felt bonded and part of the group. Now, a lot of things have changed, but actually, we still need to be brought out of our caves, don't we, to come together to sing. And actually, I think the people who come together to sing do have an evolutionary advantage because we feel better about ourselves because of the oxytocin, we feel more bonded with other people, but we also get a dopamine hit. Each time, we hit a new harmony or we do a performance, our brain gets flooded with dopamine, which is a lot more wholesome than the dopamine that we get from our notifications on our phone, I think. And also, our brains release endorphins as well. So we get that natural high when we sing together as well. So our mood is elevated when we sing, even if we're not singing happy music. It doesn't have to be kind of happy, clappy music for us to really feel the benefits. And as well as elevating mood, there's a lot of evidence that singing actually calms us down, it lowers blood pressure, it lowers cortisol levels, the stress hormones in our blood as well. And a lot of that is to do with breathing, which sounds fairly obvious, but when we're singing together, we're regulating our breathing. In fact, we're just going to do some of that now. Don't worry, it's not going to hurt. All we're going to do, we're just going to breathe in through our nose, and we're going to breathe out to a long shh. And the important thing is breathing out longer than you breathe in. Okay? That's all we need to say. Let's breathe in through our nose. Long shush out. Shh. Keep it going, keep it going. Let's breathe in again. And out. Shh. It's like the ocean. It's lovely. Yeah, keep that going. Beautiful. One more. Breathing in. And how do we feel? Just a little bit kind of, everything's going to be all right. Yeah, great. Well, a lot of my sessions will start with something like that, okay? Because we're just slowing ourselves down, we're oxygenating the blood, we're getting ourselves into the present moment. And through regulating our breathing like that, we're lowering our blood pressure and we can alleviate symptoms of anxiety and even depression. Amazing. Just through breathing. And there's also other things that are going on physically because when we're singing, we're thinking about our posture. So we're relaxing our shoulders, relaxing our neck. So it is an aerobic workout as well. It's not quite the same as going to the gym, but that's also a factor as well in why singing is so good for us. And it's not just heart opening, because obviously we're emoting and we're expressing ourselves together. One of the most remarkable things about singing together is that it also synchronizes heartbeats. I'm talking about hard scientific evidence for this. The University of Gothenburg found that those people singing in a group for even a short period of time, because they're breathing in and breathing out together in accordance with the musical phrases, people's heartbeats start to align and regulate. And there's you could see it on the monitor on the experiment. It's an amazing thing. When I started leading choirs, I didn't realize this. I didn't know I was getting myself into synchronizing heartbeats. It sounds like you need some kind of medical certificate for that. But anyway, it's all been good so far. So there's a lot of things going on when we sing together. We're building community, we're building bonds and trust with other people. We are elevating our mood, we're alleviating symptoms of depression and anxiety. We're also synchronizing heartbeats as well, which is all pretty amazing. And there's a lot of recognition for this, particularly in the UK. There are choirs now for people who have been affected and are being treated for cancer. We have singing for lung groups for people who improve their lung function. There's a network of choirs in England through Choir with No Name who run choirs for the homeless, and I've set up a similar project in Wales. So there is a growing recognition that singing is really vital for well-being, for physical health and for mental health as well. I haven't even talked about the singing bit yet, which is the really exciting thing, you know, when the harmonies come together and you get that euphoric feeling. But I'm going to come to that. So Tina talked about New Year's resolutions, and so if you're scrabbling around for a New Year's resolution, you might think, oh, maybe I might try singing in the new year. And I realised there's lots of barriers. I realised that there's a lot of preconceptions about singing together. Such as, okay, well, I don't want to join a church choir or a glee club, so singing's not for me. Now, glee clubs and church choirs are great, but they're not for everybody. But there's a whole world of singing out there. So it might take a few, you might need to try certain things out, do a bit of research, but there will be your singing group out there somewhere. You'll find your singing tribe. And if you don't, then that's fine, just set up your own, okay? Other preconceptions about singing. But I haven't got a good voice, okay? Yeah, that's quite a common one that I hear from people. People think that to sing in a choir, you have to be trained, you have to, sing like Beyonce or whatever. And that's absolutely not true as well. We've all got the equipment, which is here. My kind of guiding principle for singing is the Zimbabwean proverb, if you can walk, you can dance, if you can talk, you can sing. Okay, and I use that as the kind of the starting point. So don't think that you can't do it, because you absolutely can. I'm going to prove it to you in a moment. Other preconceptions about singing, that it has to be competitive. Okay, we see a lot of this on the TV, don't we? And for me, singing is anything but it should be cooperative. Okay, if you want to be in a group that competes, then fine, but it doesn't have to be like that. So just take all these things on board and have a think about that for 2019. And if you get to September and you still haven't done it, there's a perfect solution, because in September, my book is coming out. I'll get in there early, which is been released through the Do Book Company, and it's called Do Sing, Reclaim Your Voice and Find Your Singing Tribe. So it gets to September, and you haven't found your singing tribe yet, then there you go. You can read that, and hopefully you will do. In terms of me for 2019, I just want to bring more people into the world of singing that weren't there before, people for whom they didn't think singing was for them. And that I've come to realize that's what excites me the most. In particular, I run a lot of singing workshops for men, because men tend to be very underrepresented within the singing world. And so one of my choirs is an all-men's choir. My work with the homeless choir is really exciting as well. And so that's really where I'm at, is in terms of I want to bring people into the singing world that didn't think it was for them. Because what I would hate is for you to get, later on in your life and to regret it. Because a lot of singers who come to my workshops might be in their 60s or their 70s, and they stopped singing for a long time, and they regretted doing that. And there was one chap who came to a singing residential I ran a few years ago, and he came up to me at the end, and he said, "Have the most wonderful weekend, thank you so much." He said, my wife died recently, and I promised to her that I would start singing again, because that was what made me happiest when I was younger. And he said, I haven't sung for 45 years. And he said, I don't know why, I don't know why I haven't. Well, he did know why he hadn't, because he'd been tapped on the shoulder at school, and his teacher said, don't sing, you've got a terrible voice. I know, yeah. And my heart sinks when I hear these stories, but I hear it a lot. And that's enough to put a lot of people off for life. And so he'd not sung for 45 years, even though he knew it made him really happy when he was younger. So don't believe the myths about singing. You can do it. It's not just for certain people. It's for you. It's for everybody. It's a really important part of being human. And now we're going to do some singing. Because it's one thing for me to tell you, okay, but I want you to walk out of this room and actually have experienced it for yourself. I didn't come all the way from my hilltop in Wales just to talk to you. I've got an amazing opportunity with these lovely acoustics in here to actually do something together. All right? Now, I realize a lot of you will be like, oh my God, lock the doors. Yeah, it'll be fine, I promise. At the gathering, at the summit in August, I was really lucky to go to Priya's workshop, Priya Parker's workshop, where she was talking about the dynamics of gathering. And one thing that really stuck with me, she said, judge after the event. Okay, so you might be feeling a bit nervous and apprehensive now. You might think, hang on, I didn't sign up for this. But that's fine, but you can just judge afterwards, yeah, when we've finished singing. And if you still didn't like it, then come and find me and we can talk about that, that's fine. So what we're going to do, I think we've got about half an hour, something like that. So I'm just going to do a very potted version of what I would normally do in a longer workshop. So we're just going to do a bit of kind of warming the body and the brain up. We're going to have a little entree just to get our voices going. And then I think you've probably seen on your sheet what the main course is going to be. There's only one choice on the menu. So we're going to finish today's session with a sing of Perfect Day by Lou Reed, with some harmonies and that kind of thing. Great. Well, we need to stand up, first of all, so put your sheets down. I'm going to go onto my little stage now. Whoa, I feel so much taller. If you could make sure you can see me, that would help. So you can kind of spread out a bit if you need to at the sides, or maybe down the middle. Is that okay? Yeah, down the middle is okay. Great. First thing that's important is posture. So let's just check we've got both feet on the ground. Yeah, and kind of shoulder width apart. And then make sure our shoulders are nice and relaxed. Let's just do a few shoulder rolls. Yeah. Groaning is okay if it's feeling good. Okay. Yeah, that's really good. And then we're just going to have our hands kind of nice and loose by our sides. So we've got nice open body language. Feel nice and kind of centered. Yeah, that's good. Okay, good. All right, well, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears and breathe in. And when we breathe out, we're going to go, really satisfied sigh. So bring your shoulders up, hold it, and good. Now, don't be too hasty. I want it to be really long, kind of sinking into your favorite chair, kind of, yeah? So breathing in, hold that tension in the shoulders, slow release. Yeah, good. Each time, try and make the sigh a bit longer and a little bit more self-satisfied, yeah. One more, breathing in, hold it. That's great, okay. Lovely, okay. So we're just going to kind of loosen our arms up a little bit, just shake those out, and then shake your shoulders out. You can keep both feet on the floor still, and then kind of shake your knees out, and then just kind of a bit like a rag doll. Yeah, that's fine, just kind of go in different directions. Yeah, that's great. Don't worry, this is being filmed. And then we're going to shake out our voices. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And we're just going to shake out our voices. We're just going to go. Perfect. Right. That's good. That's very good. Okay, let's just back to our position again. Okay. I want you to copy a few sounds I'm going to make now. Okay. So this is thinking about the pastries. We're going to go. All together. And then we say our favourite, was there a goat's cheese one or something like that? Yeah? We go, woo! All together. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, great. And then, we see the coffee's ready, we go, oh, yes! And, oh, yes! Yeah, let's do the fist pump at the end, actually. So, we're going from the low part of our voice to the high part of our voice with a fist pump at the end. Ready? And, oh, yes! Yeah. And you get there, and suddenly, like a massive cues form. I need my coffee. So we go, oh, no! Crestfallen. Ready? And, oh, no! The tragedy, yeah. And, not that this would happen at Creative Mornings, but, the person in the queue might go, nye, 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 nye. Let's try that. And, nye, 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 nye. Yeah, I think it can be, that's a little bit more nasal. Nye, 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 nye. Really rub it in. And, nye, 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 nye. Yeah, great. We'll turn that into a bit of an air guitar. Let's see your air guitars. Air guitar, yeah. And we go, now, 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 now. Off you go. Now, 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 now. fantastic. And then we'll just, get our choir robes on and we'll go, oh, 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 and, oh, beautiful, hands down, yeah, great. Okay, well, let's get to the entree then. For the entree, we're going to have mango. Mango, 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 a mango, 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 mango. Your turn. Mango, 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 a mango, 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 mango. And again. Mango, 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 a mango, 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 mango. We're also going to have kiwi, 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 and kiwi, 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 kiwi. Great. So this half, you're going to be the mangoes, okay? Let's hear the mangoes. Mango, 2, 3, 4. Mango, 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 a mango, 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 mango. And again. Mango, 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 a mango, mango, mango. Keep that going. Kiwi, 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 kiwi. And again. Kiwi, 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 kiwi. One more time. Kiwi, 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 kiwi. Look at that. Yeah, great. Okay, well. Yeah, good. Great. You're just a little bit kind of still for my liking, So if you're a little you come up with your own little mango dance, mango, or whatever, I'm not here to teach you dance moves, but I don't think we should be still. We're just going to take that again. We'll start with the mangoes. Mango, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mango, mango, mango. Thank you. Mango, mango, mango. Mango. Little gap at the end. Mango, 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 mango. Kiwi, 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 kiwi. Kiwi, 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 kiwi. There's more. Okay. The last one is banana, so we're going to go banana, banana, banana. Your turn. Banana, banana, banana. And again. Banana, banana, banana. Fantastic. So what we'll do, the banana people can be kind of the back half of the room on both sides, if that makes sense. Yeah? So kind of the first, whatever, kind of 5 rows on this side, you're going to be the mangoes. Hands up if you're a mango. Great, beautiful. Kiwis, front half, yeah, you're the kiwis, yeah. And then we've got a kind of an army of bananas at the back. Bananas, beautiful, okay, great. So we're just going to build this up from the beginning. Here we go. And feel free to move. Mango, 1, 2, 3. Mango, 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 mango. And again. Mango, 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 mango. Keep going. Kiwi, 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 kiwi. And again. Kiwi, 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 kiwi. Ready, banana army, and banana, 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 and again. Banana, banana, banana. Keep it going. Banana, banana, banana. Let's get a little move going. We're going to go that way first, and banana, banana, banana. 2 more. Banana, banana, banana. 1 more. Banana, banana, banana. Yeah, great. You may now sit down. Great. So So I've coaxed you into becoming a choir without you realizing it. Okay, well, we're going to have a look at Perfect Day now by Lou Reed. So if you want to get your copies of your words. Which is a song that was written after a day in Central Park, I believe, so this is appropriate. The way this is going to work is that I'm going to play guitar, and we're going to sing it. So we're going to start off by looking at the tune. So I'm just going to sing through the first verse, and then we'll sing it through together. So you just kind of follow it through for the moment, give your voices a rest after our fruit salad entree. Just a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park, and then later, when it gets dark, we go home. Just a perfect day. Feed animals in the zoo, and then later, movie too, and then home. We'll get to the chorus in a minute. Oh, yeah, okay, great. So let's just give that a go. This doesn't need to be kind of too forceful. It should be in a kind of a comfortable, kind of middle to low part of your voice. Let's just get the first note. Such, find that note, everybody. Such. Oh yeah. Okay, here we go. Such a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park, and then later, when it gets dark, we go home. Beautiful. Just a perfect day. Eat animals in the zoo, and then later, too, and then home. Wow, so nice. We should carry on though, shouldn't we? Yeah, okay. Let's stand up and do that, because singing is nice. So think of that warm-up, we did the, oh yes. When we get to the chorus, I want that same feeling. Oh, it's such a perfect day. Let's just hear that bit on your own, and oh, it's such a perfect day. Yeah, so the word I'm really interested in is such. Yeah? Oh, it's such a perfect day. That should be like the sun coming out. And oh, it's such a perfect day. Carry on. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. Repeat that. You just keep me hanging on. Yes. So the chorus is definitely the big moment of this song. So save yourself in the verses, and then when we get to the chorus, let's channel that oh yes feeling. Okay? And only use the lyric sheet as much as you need to. Now, generally, my choir's lyric sheets are banned because, well, they're bad for the environment, but also people hide behind them, okay? Literally and metaphorically. So when we get to the chorus, you can probably not look at your sheet at all, okay? Because the more we look up and we're communicating and we're sending that sound and the love forward, then everything just skyrockets. So let's go from the top. Such, let's find our first note. Such, two. Not too early to bring some harmonies into the equation. Okay, so you just keep me hanging on. Have everybody sing that, and you just keep me hanging on. Great. I'd like this side. You're going to sing, you just, that's the same, but then you're going to go down rather than up. You're going to go, you just keep me hanging on. Try that. You just keep me hanging on. A few more times. You just keep me hanging on. Keep repeating. You just keep me hanging on. You go to the tune over here. You just keep me hanging on. One more. You just keep me hanging on. Yeah. Let's do the whole chorus. So most of the chorus we're together, but just on that line we split, and I'll remind you guys, yeah? You just keep me hanging on. Beautiful. So, oh, it's such... Oh, yeah, one little tip as well on the word such to help open it up. I'm originally from the north of England, so, you know, by default I'll go, oh, it's such a perfect... Yeah? But... Which is fine, but when we're singing in a big choir, we want to open up the vowel, so we're going to go, oh, it's like such a perfect day. Oh, it's such, let's just try that. Oh, it's such, yeah, so immediately the sound is bigger and brighter. Good, so let's do that with a harmony at the end. Take a seat. It's sounding beautiful. We're going to add one more thing in to the verse. We're going to add like a little backing harmony in, okay? And it's really easy because the words are ooh, perfect day, ooh, perfect day, ooh, perfect day, ooh. Think you can manage that? I know it's the morning, but you know. And it goes like this. So it goes, ooh, perfect day, ooh, perfect day, ooh, perfect day, ooh. Give that a go. Ooh, perfect day, ooh, perfect day, ooh, perfect day. Just an ooh now. Ooh, one more time. Ooh, perfect day, ooh, perfect day, ooh, perfect day, ooh. Yeah, okay, now, just like we laid up the mangoes and the kiwis, I'd like you guys to sing the words for verse 1, just a perfect day, and you're going to sing the ooh, perfect, what we've just learned, yeah? Okay, so we're going to lay them on top of each other. So we'll do once round you guys, and then we'll bring you guys in. So you'll be singing your pattern 3 times in total before the chorus. They'll sing theirs once, and then we'll come in with their verse. Okay, so you get serenaded for the first bit. So. Ooh, 3, 4. Keep that going. Get ready this side. Ooh, just a perfect day. Out in the park. Then later, when it gets dark, leave home. Keep going it again. Just a perfect day. Everybody on the chorus, here we go. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Really good phrase. Oh, such a perfect harmony over here. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Verse 2, you're in the backings, this side. Ooh, perfect day. Ooh, you got it. Perfect day. Ooh, perfect day. Ooh. Keep that going. Verse 2. Everybody in. Just a perfect day. Then we get to the ending. You're gonna reap just what you sow. Let's try that together. You're gonna reap just what you sow. Beautiful. You're gonna reap just what you sow. gonna reap just what you sow. And then we're gonna finish with, oh, what a perfect day. Your turn. Oh, what a perfect day. And that's the end of the song, everybody. Beautiful. So, how are we doing for time, Tina? 5 minutes. Well, we're going to do the song all the way through. Is it okay if we kind of move into the middle a bit, so we kind of act one a bit more? Yeah. So move in. That's great. You can even kind of move forward if you want. I mean, just fill up around here. Is that okay? Is this going to wreck the filming? No, it's okay. So why don't you come in around the sides? So maybe if you're kind of at the back, come and fill in around here. Because as well as singing better when we're standing up, we sing better when we're kind of closer together. So come on, come right in. That's it. Just cuddle up. It's fine. Come in the back. Keep coming. As long as you're on the same side, it really doesn't matter. Yeah, that's good. So if you're kind of at the back and you want to really come and feel the love, then you can do. Great. All right, well, this is going to be it. After this, we're going on a world tour together. The tour bus is waiting outside. It's quite big. Great. So just to remind you then, the structure, we're going to start with, oh, perfect day. Okay, and that's you guys singing that, yeah, first. Then we'll come in with verse 1. We all sing the chorus with a harmony over here, and then we switch around. So beginning of verse 2, ooh, perfect day. Then you guys come in with a tune, big chorus, and then we finish with, you're gonna reap just what you sow. And then the ending, oh, what a perfect day. Let's just practice the ending. Oh, what a perfect day. Beautiful. Any questions before we start? Great. Okay, well, enjoy it. Let's open our hearts and synchronize them at the same time. Ooh. Oh, yeah, and one other thing, when you're singing the words out in the verse, you can actually maybe sing out a little bit more so it's above the harmony. Great, so. Ooh. Which side is it that goes first? This side, isn't it? I've already forgotten. So. That was beautiful. Thank you so much, everybody.